would you say it's relatively Western focused? This type of, I mean, these AIs that create music.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. There is a tendency of engineers in this area, or in many areas, to choose what is convenient, let's say, not what is relevant. Because we have the internet, we've got lots of data available. A lot of MIDI files are hosted on websites, and you can scrape this MIDI, and a lot of it is popular music from Europe and the US and the United Kingdom. And because of that, because somebody has gone to the effort of hand labeling, chords or harmonic progressions in the Beatles data set, that data is available. And because of its convenience, the system is built using that data, using orchestral music from European composers. It's difficult to read web pages that are in Chinese because I don't speak Chinese, but there's a lot of music, folk music and orchestral music, orchestral music, that's a whole totally different thing. Peking opera, Beijing opera, that's not really accessible because I can't read it and I don't know how to search for it. So indeed, a lot of the music is in a format today that is heavily focused on Western practices, Western popular practices, and even in classical music, Western approaches to music composition. So yes, there is a high amount of overrepresentation of the music culture of one particular place over others, just because of the convenience of the data. There are efforts to combat that. So in music informatics, my domain, where it's basically trying to create the Google for music, let's say, to make the content in audio data or in sheet music or whatever accessible and rich with meaning for musicologists or people looking for particular songs or data. There are efforts to enrich music informatics research with non-Western approaches, such as classical Indian music and those practices. And over the past 10 years, they've been relatively successful in bringing into the fold music from, music is practiced in the Middle East, music is practiced in the Far East, in the global South. Africa still has some ways to come into the fold in this research domain, but efforts are underway to even bring practices in Africa to the research field.